10 new video game trailers?
Hey everyone, Chris Gill here, Gameplay Director at San Diego Studio, and welcome to another season of Fielding Feedback, the series that highlights upgrades inspired by you, the players. Let's get into some of the awesome new features that make MLB The Show 26 our most immersive and realistic gameplay experience yet. This year is all about putting more power into your hands, and our new automated ball strike challenge system is a great example. If you think the ump missed a strike, challenge the call. Each team is allowed 2 challenges per game. If a challenge is successful, the team retains the right to use it again, but unsuccessful challenges are lost for the rest of the game. So don't burn all your challenges too early, or you could get squeezed in the clutch. Speaking of clutch, this year we're making sure that clutch matchups between pitchers and hitters are as realistic as possible by incorporating accurate pitch usage rates for every MLB pitcher based on real-world MLB stats. The lower the usage rate for a given pitch type, the harder it is to locate, giving hitters the ability to punish lazy pitchers who spam the zone with seldom thrown pitches. Good pitchers don't need spam when they're cooking. You know, it's been said that the best pitchers in baseball have a clutch gene that allows them to block out the noise and throw their best pitches in the biggest moments. This year, we're giving you a taste of how that feels with bear down pitching. The bear down feature lets you throw pitches with a little extra accuracy and velocity in key moments. How fast you gain bear down momentum and how many pitches you can save up are based on your pitcher's clutch attribute. But when you use your bear down pitches is up to you. Will you go after a big bat early or save your bear down pitches for more strategic, high leverage situations? Choose your moments wisely because even high rated clutch aces are only allowed to store a few bear down pitches at a time. Meanwhile, strategic hitters can also gain an edge in the clutch by taking advantage of expanded pitch history customization options for in-game scouting. You can now filter pitch history by specific counts, performance against lefties versus righties, and you can even track a pitcher's tendencies against specific hitters. And because our CPU pitchers mimic MLB pitchers by mixing speeds, working both sides of the plate, and leaning on their go-to pitches, these tools are just as valuable in offline modes as they are in online. This year, we're super excited to debut 2 new zone hitting options to help you lock in at the plate and put the barrel on the ball. First, we've added a new hitting mechanic called Big Zone Hitting. Instead of having to line up your PCI directly on the ball like zone hitting, you simply choose the zone where you think the ball will cross the plate. If you choose correctly and time up your swing, you'll make solid contact. The higher your contact attribute, the more solid coverage you will have within that zone. Next up is Fixed Zone Hitting, a new feature that lets you focus on a specific part of the plate and keep your PCI there for the whole at-bat. Couple that with our brand new PCI sensitivity feature in ambush hitting, which was introduced last year, and you now have more opportunities than ever to define and refine your personalized approach at the dish. On the defensive side of the diamond, we've worked hard this year to differentiate between the good fielders and the gold glovers. As a result, we've created reaction attributes for breaking on the ball in every direction, forwards, backwards, left, and right. We've also added new attributes for pitchers and given catchers a pop time attribute. We are constantly integrating real-life player data to add value to these attributes, as well as enhance card variety and heighten realism throughout the game. Because gameplay is so important to us, we've once again added close to 500 new gameplay animations to the show, emphasizing the visual quality of plays on the field. Wait until you see all the new throws you can make in the infield. The armings, the off-balance throws. Turning double plays has never been more fun. We also gave our catchers a complete overhaul. With most catchers now setting up with one knee down, we made sure that making throwbacks, back picks, steal throws, and blocks are more realistic than ever. Infielders have new ways to rob hits. Outfielders have new ways to rob home runs. There are basically new animations all over the diamond. At At the end of the day, we make this game for you, the community. And that's why gameplay this year is more realistic than ever in MLB The Show 26. Stay tuned for the next episode of Fielding Feedback, where we'll break down everything that's new in Road to the Show. For MLB The Show 26, this is Chris Gill, Gameplay Director at San Diego Studio. See you next time.
When the world ends, the sky shall burn crimson, alighted by wrathful flames of the gods.
Show us no mercy. If you hope to survive against them, you'll need to be ruthless. Yo! What did I say? Never stood a chance!
Keep formation, Beatrix. Pierce the darkness! Fight me like you mean it!
I'll help with my summoning powers. Heck yeah! Glad to have you in the ring with us, Lyria. Messenger of catastrophe, rain judgment on our foes!
Prove yourself worthy of the Apex. I shall await your arrival.
Ready yourself. By sword and shield, or fang and claw. We will keep this realm safe.
Just wonder if that god is satisfied with its vessel.
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell.
I'm
Run, Elliot!
dead.
Oh, come on! Keep wishing! You want to live, right?
There are still things I must do. Please, bring me back to life.
Elliot and the Fairy Fae adventure across Philadelphia. traveling through 4 ages, spanning 1,000 years, to lift a curse on Princess Huria. Elliot's home time, the age of safekeeping.
But the kingdom is utterly dependent on the princess and her spell of safekeeping now.
It is true that she bears a heavy burden.
The age of reconstruction, when humans cower in the shadows of ruin.
People didn't just lose magic, but their will too. I want the world to prosper again.
Humanity's height of prosperity in the age of magic.
This is Wazen, the nation of magic. Magical research is the backbone of the society.
Which is all the more reason it must be done right.
And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization.
I want only peaceful coexistence. I have never sought power.
Philabildia's history is woven by the emotions of its inhabitants. Those emotions, at times hope for the future, at times the world's downfall, envelop all those in it.
Have I lost everything again?
You still have a chance to save us all.
Please, you have to live.
Let's go, Faye. We have to save Huria and the kingdom.
When we started the project, we obviously played or replayed the original Gothic games to have kind of like a fresh memory. Because I mean, in your head, you always have a better version like kept than it actually was. Every team member of the art team got like an art book of Gothic 3, which was the most complete documentation of a type of Gothic game in terms of art. So that was also a good reference point with a lot of the designs and art that we could always go back to.
Another thing that I love of the original games in terms of art, it's how easy it was for them to create memorable characters and memorable landmarks.
First level that in which we were working back in the days was the ancient monastery. In the original game was like a pretty empty space, and we tried to give it a twist in order to make it more interesting. And I think that after a few iterations, we got it. And the other one that was a very challenging task was the Sleeper Temple. A very big temple with a lot of spaces, rooms, shrines.
Estoy especialmente orgullosa de cómo quedó la Torre Shardas y que creo que fue bastante complicado también llevárnoslo a nuestro terreno. Creo que es bastante especial cómo ha quedado y que siempre recordaré pues, todo el proceso que hemos hecho para llegar a unas referencias nuevas, interesantes, a interpretar todo el original, añadir más contenido a todo ese escenario, esa zona, y creo que está muy chulo.
I'm sure we'll come up with a very big list of pretty memorable places we want to visit again and we recognize. And the same with characters. I mean, you have Diego, Gorn, Shardas, Raven, Gomez. I mean, there's a very pretty big list of memorable people.
Our main inspiration was obviously the visuals of the old one, because there was a lot of fine detail in there, although it was just 512 by 512 or even lower. So we tried to extract that and read that. So we categorized the characters in tier A, tier B and tier C. So tier A is like the full-on like main story NPCs that are like super critical for the main stories that you interact with a lot. And for us it was also very important that every phase need to be unique and like also feature a certain level of detail.
When you have some original material, I mean, you have like a starting point, but that means that you need to get creative in doing something new and adapting it to something that feels more real. So I'd say like it was really fun having the original and also seeing what the fans had interpreted this character to look like through the years. You know, we looked at a lot of fan art and a lot of cosplays and everything to redesign these characters.
When we talked with Alchemia Interactive team, there was a need for around 60 story important characters. Besides that, there was also a need for a couple of hundred unique NPC characters. That was a major challenge to create that number of characters within a time and budget constraints. To address this, we created our own tool called Maestro, which allows us to mix and match faces, armor items, wardrobe items, hairs, textures, anything.
I mean, we did all the tier A characters pretty early. The other characters got assembled pretty late in the development, and then we realized, okay, we need certain additional features for making characters more unique. So for example, the characters in the Storm Camp, they all have unique tattoos. We worked with a professional tattoo artist to come up with a clear visual language and also what sort of meaning these tattoos could bring. We really tried to emphasize tiny details.
We were getting concept images, 2D concept images from Alchemia Interactive with detailed description of the characters, and from there we created 3D models and rigs for those characters. A big focus of ours was to create those characters to be super optimized. So we ended up creating a system for Unreal Engine that provides twice the FPS than traditional engine evaluation. In short, players will have more FPS.
Y luego cuando empezamos con los humanos, las faciales de los humanos sí que los externalizamos en una empresa de outsourcing con G21 y nosotros hacemos como todo el rig corporal y luego agregamos todo el rig facial. Entonces, para combinar y hacer todos los diferentes tipos de personajes, pues utilizamos un programa que se llama Mutable, que está un poco en desarrollo, entonces, pues bueno, es un reto de ir aprendiendo y evolucionando con el programa, pero este nos ayuda a poder hacer cualquier cambio de ropa y de cabeza que queramos en tiempo real.
I think the most difficult character and the one where we iterated on the most was Diego, because he is also the character you meet at the very first thing, and I think a very beloved character by the fans. So we did a lot of like back and forth and iterations over iterations, and then just by luck we actually were able to come up with the perfect concept art where everybody was like, okay, this is it, let's just try to build it out. And I mean, fortunately enough, our partner studio, Gate 21, did an amazing job of converting that concept into 3D, and that's how you end up with the Diego as he is.
Could you improve my armor? For the right price, sure.
Armor system we have in Gothic Remake, we are going out from levels of armor like the light, the medium and the heavy, and what we are aiming for is for customization for the player. So the idea is you get the armor for your camp and you can improve it, but not just in a visual way, also giving your different defense for different elements. So for example, you can be a rogue and go to talk with Wolf and ask him to, okay, let's improve this armor or change the visuals to have this kind of scarf or wolf fur. But it's not just also a visual things, also give you more for example, point defense for arrows, or more falling defense for move quickly for the war.
In the original, it was like every guild had like 2 or 3 armors that were always the same. And we felt like, you know, you meet a handful of shadows, a handful of guards. And it would be kind of cool if every armor has some slight difference in there. So we kind of like added some variation in there. And via that system, we actually were like, well, why not expose it to the player?
Bueno, por ejemplo, he trabajado en muchos personajes, los de toda la ropa del Old Camp, por ejemplo, me encargué yo básicamente y creo que al final quedó bastante resultón. Los Shadows, por ejemplo, me gusta muchísimo cómo quedaron, aunque hubo mucha dificultad entre pues, convertir algo tan icónico del original en algo nuevo.
I'm Nico, I'm a programmer at Alchemia. And yeah, I'm mostly doing conversation camera stuff. We have a bunch of different presets. Those are basically the shots of the camera. We have different kinds of checks, like we have a big list of all possible presets. So the camera isn't like bugging into a wall or into another character, for example. There are a bunch of different checks. The camera knows, like we make a raycast into the wall. Is there something? There can't be anything in the way. When you think about what could influence the light, of course, like the daytime. Like, is it night, is it day? Big difference. Are you inside a building? Are you outside? Are you like right next holding a torch in the night, or are you without a torch? Of course, it's like a big difference too. For the more important ones, we don't use any randomness. Everything is fully planned. So the designers can like drag the camera where they want, to the lighting where they want, and like press a button to export it. But they can, in the tool we have, for example, there's like one important conversation, and they can say this line, this one specifically should have this shot.
In the Trekcar team, we try to give it more soul to the game. We try to make it more alive, more dynamic. The creatures feel more alive when they interact with the environment. Also, we take care of the climate changes, such as in the swamp camp, there are this fog environment, feeling the environment so reactive towards what is going on, and to see that the creatures actually live in their own and interact with the system.
The fans, they only have seen the tip of the iceberg of everything we have ready for them. In other words, the color, the intensity of the sun, the cloud cover, the rain, the chances of a storm breaking out, the varying intensity of a rainfall, the waves growing stronger during storms, lighting striking the sky and illuminating the night, or even the fog lingering after a storm. So many factors affect the lighting and the overall look of the game that controlling them while staying true to our artistic direction, you know, the Baroque, has been a major challenge.
El departamento de animación siempre hemos querido mantener la esencia del juego original. Entonces, para nosotros este ha sido realmente un objetivo y hemos tenido que ir con mucho cuidado de hacer animaciones adaptadas a los tiempos de ahora, que son más realistas probablemente, pero manteniendo la esencia del original.
Main challenges, I think, of the game basically is to make the movement so responsive and connect the responsiveness of the player wants. And this is the kind of things that animation programming is really important, because you want them to give the sensation that they have full control of the actions and also do cool stuff. And for example, some technology that we are using right now, that is motion matching. Using motion matching basically allows us to have a huge amount of animations and blend between all of them, and that will give us like more natural transitions between all of them.
En humanos, por ejemplo, estamos usando más el estilo de animación con traje de captura de movimiento, concretamente con un sistema que se llama Xsense, y realmente estamos consiguiendo resultados muy interesantes, pero con las criaturas, en cambio, hacemos más animación post-to-post, y eso también nos permite un poco más innovar y salirnos un poco más de lo que es la realidad, ¿no? Y entonces cada uno de ellos tiene su gracia.
El tema de animación, claro, estás creando vida
Entonces es muy guay cuando ves personajes que se están moviendo con la personalidad que tú querías, que están haciendo todos los movimientos que querías que hiciera y verlo, ¿no? En el juego, como en este caso en el juego, en el environment, cómo recorre los lugares. Y no solo los personajes, ¿no? Todas las criaturas, todo lo que tenga vida es especial.
Realmente me está gustando mucho cómo estamos llevando las cinemáticas, creo que están quedando muy interesantes, porque es un momento en que en el animador en el videojuego tenemos que hacer animaciones muy específicas, ¿no? De un tiempo muy concreto y unas acciones muy concretas, con un tiempo muy justo. En cambio, las cinemáticas nos permite al animador explayarnos más y hacer animaciones un poco más libres y a veces más épicos e innumerables.
It's clear that they are a very vocal community. I think we are taking some decisions to get closer and closer to the way they see the game and the way we actually see the game. And this attitude of listening to the fans and trying to understand what they were trying to say as with their criticism, it's something that we always apply to the art team as well.
Get man with must command, yes, a great to make still choosing.
何百何千何万回もの分岐行き止まり三差路迷って選んでたどり着いた奇跡とも言うべきこの場所から聖ハロ寄せては返すもしと語らればちょべり場鬼手か何周目だでもやるんだよネバギバやべえよゴン攻めビッタビタギタギタのハードモードメタメタの境地だかゴー魂誰だ連日無酷暑でも大丈夫だ手のひらの上で終わりなきようだみんな騒ぎは億千万デジ遊戯ファンキー講談ドンスタウォンスタなんだかんだドゥビドゥビダバダバ時空暗ギャ裏る縦置きのターボチャージャーこのアンテナがキャッチしたドープなナンバー狂い避けないサンダーロード埋め尽くすインプラントのビルボード埋め込まれてだいぶ経った大海原越え遥か彼方届いた手紙彼方からみんな元気でやってます Y2K から何ディケイ新鮮未年このエブリデイまた夢か幻かラスボスかここでリセットかオープンワールドのデッドエンジンで本当で か幻かその確かハッピーエンドはどこだ
可能性の海で取得した可能性のかけらは世界を構成する情報の一部だ。誰かの記憶の一部とも言える。何か見たか？
記憶の流入か。ドクター・メルクリウスのレポートに記憶の流入という現象が触れられていたんだ。あなたは記憶の流入で見た光景に覚えはないの？
世界の真実、誰も知り得ない知識。
カフェやめてください。
平行世界に存在する別の僕の記憶。
もしやその怪物が世界を滅ぼす元凶なのですか？
TBS 起動準備が整いました。